Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a channel message, so if the title caught your attention, it's probably for you. I'm going to start over here and just work my way down. So you'll know right away if this is for you. First of all, this is about a contract that you just signed or just entered in with Spirit, and I already feel some of you feeling nervous. Like, I thought I was ending contracts, I thought I was finishing things. Yes, but you're also beginning new ones, but that's not a bad thing, because maybe in the past you like unconsciously made agreements and contracts and then had to fulfill those, but you're working consciously now, so you don't have to worry about that. It's almost like you didn't have a good lawyer before, you didn't even have one, and so you didn't know how to like understand or read it, but now you have a whole team, so you know that if you're signing it, it's a good contract for you, it's a good deal. So, and not that there's like bad deals with Spirit, but I mean as in like it's not a hard lesson that you're gonna have to go through. It's something where it's like it's paying off, it's a positive thing. So that is the start of the reading. You've started a new contract, and it's like you, because you're working with Spirit, it's like they're like, okay, here's your company card, here's your company keys, access to the building. Like you have these special privileges now that you didn't have before, and if you haven't noticed that yet, you're going to have access to things, including information that you didn't have access to before. So it's like you have a special clearance now because of this contract, and now you're like on the inside, I heard, whatever that means to you. So you've already done this. This is a done deal. This is something you already made, a decision you already made. So if you feel in any places in your life like it's still up in the air or undecided, know that that energy of like this contract, it's going to finalize everything else in your life. So everything else that feels like, well, should I go this way or this way, it's like part of the contract. So everything else is already figured out. You're going to be getting the details soon. All right, so we also have, moving on over here, we have this card, the meaningful. Mean what you say and do, and say and do what holds meaning for you. And that's part of this contract. Like, you're not going to have to do things that don't make sense to you or that you don't care about, and it's like you have to just find out why later, and it's all part of the plan. Like, it's not going to be that way anymore. Now you're going to be able to put your energy and attention towards things you actually care about, that inspire you, that excite you. It's not going to be like, I have to set time aside for these things that are important to me because I also have to take care of all these things that I don't care about, but they're just my responsibilities or anything like that. So this new contract that you're in includes you being able to feel like you're finally using your powers, your talents, whatever you have, you're able to use it, and you don't feel like it's being wasted or that whatever you're doing doesn't get to bring that part out of you. Moving back down here, we have the Three of Cups in reverse. So this message came up a little bit ago that you're feeling like you're going to celebrate soon, but it's not quite ready or quite time to celebrate just yet. There's something about, and this could be literal, like about getting a new house. You know, when you move in, or maybe you're just getting the keys. It's like you've just got the keys. You haven't moved in yet, but now it's yours. You're walking in, you're like looking at the space, everything's empty. Maybe there's a little welcome gift on the counter, something like that. That's the energy that you're in. Or also, instead of a home, it could be like your new office space, your new workspace that you're walking into. There's something where it's like you've just gotten the keys. And again, this could be actually literal for you, or this could be more metaphorical. You're kind of walking in and like assessing the space around you, taking it all in. You are motivated, but in a different way than before. Before, it was more like, okay, I have to get these things done. Let me motivate myself. Let me get the energy so that I can do what I need to do. But now it's more of an inspired space. Like, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to rest so that when I need to wake up, I'm able to. I'm going to eat so that when I need energy, I have it. It's like everything's working harmoniously, where before it felt like a struggle or like there was a lot of resistance you were pushing up against. Now everything is flowing better. You're able to care for yourself better. maybe it was hard for you to eat right or exercise regularly or like get enough sleep, something related to the routine of taking care of yourself. Maybe you just literally didn't even have time to shower or whatever it was. It's like now you're being able to incorporate that, but it's not in a forced way. Like, oh, it's actually relaxing to take a shower. It doesn't feel like a chore. Or, it's like the things you need to do, the things you have to do, you're now able to do them in a way, or you're about to be able to do them in a way that's pleasant to you and it doesn't feel like a chore or even like work. So you're in a space where you've let go of a lot, you've cleared out a lot, kind of like that spring cleaning. And March is a time in different cultures and religions where it's like getting rid of everything from the past, everything, like going through all your stuff, making sure you give away what you don't need anymore, getting rid of all the clutter, cleaning, deep cleaning. It's a time of that, and that is physical but also energetic, so like in your own self. But I feel like you've already done that. You've already cleared out a lot as far as like your own psyche, your own mind, your beliefs, all of that, your belief system. Now you have this empty space, kind of going back to the moving into a new house or a new office, and it's like it's empty, it's ready to be filled. So you're in this space where you're like, you've created this emptiness, you've created room for the new to come, because you knew you couldn't get new and have nowhere to put it. So you knew you had to make that space. You've made that space, and now you're in this like waiting energy. Not that you're waiting and not doing anything, you're making use of your time, but you know that you're waiting for, you know what to expect, you know, maybe not exactly, but you know something's about to pay off, and all that space you made is about to be filled with something, and you can feel it like each moment, each day, just getting closer and closer to you. So you're not like trying to fill that space in the meantime, you're keeping it open, because you know, kind of like if you did move into a new place or a new home, you don't want to fill it with old stuff that you don't like anymore. Like you've got rid of that stuff, you can get new stuff. Someone told you, here's your budget to buy all new things. You don't have to keep that old stuff anymore that you don't even like, that maybe you didn't even get to pick out. It's just you found it by the trash or something, it was free. You don't have to use that anymore. You don't want to take that old stuff and put it in your new space. So maybe you're feeling a little tempted to, like, that old stuff is like, let me move in, let me come in this space. You're like, nope, I'm saving this space for what I know is a match to it and what I actually desire. I'm not going to fill it with things just to have something. So you're like, I'll wait, I'll sleep on the floor until my new bed arrives. That's okay. I'm not going to put in my old nasty mattress. I'm going to wait. So that's the energy that you're in. You're not taking the old, you're not taking anything that you already left behind, and you're being patient and eager for the new to fill this space. So moving on further down, we have the beautiful, you are naturally beautiful. So you're noticing more beauty in life. You could be noticing or appreciating flowers more lately, or they could be standing out to you. You're noticing the beauty in all things, including yourself, and you are realizing that that part of you that likes beauty, that likes pleasant looking things, is not bad, and that it's actually a gift that you have that eye for what is harmonious and what works, because it goes beyond just the surface level. It's an energetic thing. It's like being able to tell, for example, okay, this would look good here. Like, let's say you're decorating a house, you're like, we need a bed right here, we need a little desk right here, we need some flowers here. Like, on the surface it looks like you're, it's an aesthetic thing, it's a visual thing, and it is, but it goes beyond that. It's also like a feng shui energetic thing. You know how to, what goes where to create a harmonious environment, and that's what you're building now. Because before, maybe you did the best with the space you had, but there were things blocking it from being that totally harmonious environment that you wanted. So now you're able to have the freedom to actually decorate how you want and arrange things how you want. And it's like you have options now. You can choose. It's not just like, oh, you have to take it because there's nothing else. So Don't demonize that part of yourself that wants things to look nice and to feel nice and to be pleasant, because that is a gift. That is something connected to knowing how energy flows and where to arrange what so that it can flow in the best way. So moving on down to the Uno cards. Go up a bit. First, I want to talk about these, which for me, the blues are cups, water. So this would be 4 of cups, 3 of cups reversed, and 9 of cups. So you could be feeling really emotional right now, like very sensitive, or just very deeply feeling like everything that maybe you don't normally feel so deeply, but it's like you're really feeling it now. And you're kind of riding the waves of the emotions as they come up and as you feel them. You're like finding calmness in the chaos of these emotions coming up. And you've decided to change your mind about what these emotions mean. So maybe before, if you felt something that you thought was a negative emotion, you would get worried like, oh, this means I'm doing something wrong, but now you don't think of it that way. You don't judge the emotion at all. You don't even attach to it. You kind of observe it first and just see, maybe it won't even stay around. Maybe it's just trying to leave my auric field. And then with this 4 of Pentacles, so these emotions, you've cleared everything out physically. Like I said before, you've made space and you're ready for the new. And you're just now clearing it out emotionally. So you've done the physical part. You've done a lot of the emotional part too, but it's just those last remnants coming up. So expect to feel emotionally emotionally satisfied and emotionally fulfilled, because just as you made space, getting rid of these negative emotions and these beliefs and thoughts that didn't align with you anymore, you made space for better ones that do align to come and fill up your spirit. And then this 8 of Swords in reverse, this is about freedom. This is about breaking free of what once held you back, but it had to do with your own minds. Like it was your own beliefs, what you thought about something, that's what was holding you back. Maybe you're in this kind of limbo state where like you've cleared out the old and the new is not quite here yet. So you're just waiting, you're holding space, literally holding space for what's to come. But that's exactly where you're supposed to be, and you're not really attaching to anything just yet. I'm getting that whatever comes in for you, you'll know like, okay, that I'm meant to keep, that I'm meant to stick to. And it's going to be this intuitive thing. So your brain and your mind are going to get a break because they've been doing so much work, and you could have felt like mentally exhausted by how much your brain was doing and how much was going through it. But now your intuition and your emotions are gonna, it's like before you couldn't really trust your emotions because they were clinging on to things of the past, but now that you're clearing out that space, you can trust your emotions a little bit better now to at least guide you, and so they can take some of the workload that your brain has been taking, all of it, and trying to do it all. And the last part, also you could be noticing 333 a lot, or ones, 111, 333. So with these dice, 8 house, Leo, and South Node. This is about you leaving the past with, like, you're coming out confidently. Like I'm seeing you like stepping out of a fire, like the whole past being represented by, let's say, a town that you've now burned to the ground, and the fire representing death and rebirth, like the phoenix. So it has to be burned away first for the rebirth to happen. You've burnt down the whole town. You're stepping out of the flames. You aren't burned, but you are confident now. It's like everything that in the past used to trap you or hold you back, you've become the master of it. So you're coming out of it more confident as you leave it behind. It's not like you're this wounded soldier, like just barely making it out alive. You're actually stepping out with confidence of what you were able to overcome, what energies you were able to transmute, and you're that much more confidently stepping into the new parts. So that's all I'm getting for you for this message. I really am excited for you, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.